up, guys? My name's Connor. Welcome back to Glass Goof. I'm a little under the weather today, but I really wanted to get this video out because I've had this footage for a little while. But today we're going to be making an Incalmo cylinder. Incalmo is a technique that basically means to bring together. We make these small cups out of different colors of glass. Usually you use different tones. I like to use the kind of same monochromatic kind of tones. Today we're using a lot of different colors. I think we had like orange, purple, blue, and green. I have some of the cups that I'm talking about that we make, and I'll show you real quick. Something like this. So basically we would align these and stack them on top of each other. There's two of them, and basically we would connect them like this and create a piece that has kind of different layers. And I do want to give a big thank you to everybody because we're just like 4,000 shy of getting to 100,000 subscribers, which is crazy. Started uploading these YouTube videos like 3 months ago, a little bit more than that, and the reception's been fantastic, so I can't thank you guys enough. So make sure to like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and head down to the hot shop and let's get started. So Corey's gotten a small amount of clear glass, and he's going to pick up our first cup. We're doing a 4-part Incalmo, so we've got 4 different layers of color and then a cap that we'll put on the end. Now I'm going to get a blowpipe and make a collar, but make sure to like and subscribe while we've got you here. Like I said before, we're getting close to 100,000 subscribers, so thank you guys again, and hopefully we can get to that goal soon. I'll blow a little bubble out of this, and then I'll put it back into the furnace so that I've got a straight shot. There's no glass on the tip. I can blow straight through it. That's what I want. Create a nice little collar to attach all these cups onto. We're going to cool down our pipe, and then we're going to get ready to equal these heats out and try to put on this first one. So here we go. We measured the size of the openings of these cups so that we can make sure that we can align them correctly. You can see this one picked up a little bit of a crack in it. That's okay. This is one of the first times I've tried an Incalmo process, so you know, there's going to be bumps along the way. I'm using my newspaper to cool down that connection so that it's got a nice clean line. Put a little bit of water on there, and then we'll break it away. Now in the Incalmo process, the point is to open up this little lip that I have all the way back to that same diameter that we measured before. So we're smoothing it out, we're compressing it down, and then we'll add the second cup on and knock this one away as well.
Remember, I always used to have to say that to my Spanish teacher when I asked if I could go get water. Played soccer like when he was the coach there like forever ago, and I was always jealous that I never got to meet him. He could have it land on that, like you would. Okay.
You'll notice after we attach each cup, I'm going to compress these down a little bit. We do a lot of moving around to make sure that we get the right size to attach the next cup.
Alright, flip for me. It didn't do nothing?
See, I'm down like this, and then I'll
Come up? Yeah.
Alright, and it looks like cup number 3 is on, and then all we'll have to do is add the orange cap at the end. I forget which colors is which. I want to say this one was purple, but I'm not sure.
it'll seal up. And everything's thick enough, I think it'll be good.
That makes sense. One moment. And push a little harder if you can. Alright. I'll marber. You want to price check one more time? Flip. We're doing it.
Alright, and there we go. So now I've got 3 rings of color, an orange cap on the end, and we've capped it off. So now we're encapsulated. I'm going to roll this around to make sure that there are no gaps in my lines. I want my connections to be nice and thick and healthy. So yeah, that's a 4-part Incalmo. So now the hard part is going to be making sure that these lines stay straight. I've made these cups at different times, so they're different thicknesses, which is also something that comes into play. But we're going to try to do our best to see how straight we can keep these things.
Alright, and off. Okay, cool. These cups are thick.
And now we're going to gather. So gathering is a process where we put a new layer of clear glass on top of our work, or basically when we get any clear glass out of the furnace. The furnace is this big piece of machinery right here. It holds about 700 pounds of molten glass, and that glass that I just got off of there is over 2,000 degrees. It's right around 2,100 degrees. You can see it just drips off. It's a liquid.
So they're just like all over the place. I've barely even seen them since I've been
And now we can start to inflate it and turn it into a cylinder.
Last time. Woo!
You can see already my lines are getting a little out of whack, but I'm using gravity to try to stretch this thing out.
Here, Matt, I'll take some air. One second.
So you'll see me use this tool quite a few times in our videos. This is our newspaper tool. So inside of the sling, there's about 12 sheets of newspaper folded up. We keep it in water, and it gets us as close to the glass as we can get without actually touching it. And this is what we call a fluffy torch. So I really want to accelerate the heating in this back half, so I'm hitting it with the torch before I use my reheating chamber.
Okay, and I'll take some air. All right, and off. And cup it, and then we'll drop it.
And we'll go through this process a few times, inflating and stretching, inflating and stretching.
Thank you, that was fantastic. Open. All right.
Yeah, that was not what we think.
All right, on light. All right, off. Okay. So we got a jack line.
And now we can start to see those colors. You can really see that you get those nice fine rings of color. And now we're going to put in our jack line. So I'm using my jacks tool and I'm creating an incision point where eventually we will break it off of this pipe and we'll have it flipped over on a different pipe. The logic behind this move is that this will become the thinnest part and the coldest part at one point, and it will want to break right there.
All right, off.
And now we're really just letting gravity do a lot of the work. You know, you can push the glass around and pull it in different places, but if you can get it to move without actually using tools, that's what you really want to do. They say the glass always remembers, so once you put tool marks on it, they're not going to go away. So you really want to need to be gentle whenever you're using a lot of these, in certain situations. Gentle in certain situations, forceful in others. But like I said, the less tooling that you can do, the less marks you'll leave on your glass. And now we're just going through the process of flattening out this bottom. See, we're really kind of pushing it in there. I've lost my fine lines. Like I said, these cups were made at different points. And I've blown out the bottom a little bit, so we're putting a little patch on here so that it's extra thick right there where we're going to attach our punty.
I mean, that's quite
On.
the feat.
Yeah, you're right. On. That's really funny. On air. All right. Awesome. Off. What do we think? Oh man.
And now it's time for the punty transfer. So Corey has a small amount of glass on the end of this thicker pipe. We're going to connect it on. I'm going to try to do my best to make sure that it's in the center of my piece so everything stays nice and symmetrical. And then, once this is cooled down enough and it's a nice stable connection, you'll see me put a small amount of water on the jack line that we made before, and then we'll break it off the pipe. We'll have it flipped over on this new rod.
Do one drop. All right, we're up.
And we're off. You know, they say if there's going to be a time the glass is going to break, that's it. So a lot of anxiety out the window whenever we get it flipped over on the punty. We've heated up the tip, and now we're just going to slowly open it up so we can have a nice cylinder.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
And now we're going to use our Soffietta tool. So this puffer tool is derived from the Italian word which means little wind, and we use it to just inflate the inside.
Get up in that.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Awesome.
Alright, so now we're getting ready to knock it off the pipe. You'll see me put a few drops of water in between the tip of my punny and the bottom of the piece. This is extra difficult because you don't want to put any water on the bottom of the cylinder or else it would break. So I'm trying to be as precise as I can. We'll lift up, we'll knock it off into Corey's hands, and we'll use our map torch to get rid of all those sharp spots on the bottom. So hopefully if it sits flat, I won't have to grind any sharp spots away or anything like that. And now we'll take that away and put it in the annealer, and we'll have to wait about 14 hours to see how it looks tomorrow. And here's a few shots of the finished piece. It looks like it was a few different colors than I thought it was. I think it was purple, green, transparent green, and then orange. But it came out pretty cool. The lines are a little mixed all over the place, but that's okay. This is one of my first Incalmo pieces, and I'm happy with how it came out. It's a fun little piece. But I also just want to say thank you to everyone who watches these videos. I can't tell you how much I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Uploading videos and getting people to actually watch them on YouTube has always been a dream of mine, as it probably has been for some of you. So, you know, this has just been a bunch of fun, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate every one of you. So I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for hanging out today. Bye-bye.